Hello, class, and welcome to PA 369 Government and the Economy. I am going to be your instructor this summer. My name is Michael Ford. I am an assistant professor of public administration here at UW Oshkosh. I've been doing this for 6 years or so. And in this video, I just want to give you a quick overview of who I am and a walkthrough of the syllabus for this summer. So, like I said, I've been teaching here in the Masters of Public Administration program for 6 years. Prior to that, I worked in and around state government and had pretty significant exposure to the state budgeting process, both in Wisconsin and also for a year down in Louisiana. So I certainly approach budgeting from a very practical standpoint. I also have some experience in nonprofit financial management, where I worked as the director of operations for a couple years at a nonprofit in Milwaukee, and then do have experience in municipal budgeting as well. Part of that's through my position right now on the Plan Commission here in the city of Oshkosh. So let's talk budgeting. So hopefully you had a chance to take a look at the syllabus, and hopefully you're getting comfortable with Canvas. I know that is a new interface, and it's going to be challenging, and I'm going to be learning along with you, but we'll figure it out. I have full confidence. So first off, you have my contact information there. I am in CLO faculty. I'm always happy to meet with individuals in person. I realize this is an online summer class, so that may not be something you're interested in. But if you ever do want to have an appointment, just let me know and we'll set it up. I can't promise you I won't be bringing my kids along, but they'll be behaved. Just give them a video game. So course description. You can read it for yourself there, but this is an introduction to public budgeting systems and principles and practices of local government budgeting. So it's going to be very much applied, and we're going to be very much focused on working with source documents. Next, I have the PA program goals here, and you can read through those. More important, I think, for this class are the course objectives. So you will, by the end of this, hopefully demonstrate an understanding of the politics of the budgeting process. You will demonstrate knowledge of public sector budgeting practices. You'll do that by completing homework assignments. You will demonstrate real-world public financial management techniques, and this will be a final assignment where you actually review the City of Oshkosh budget and some data about the priorities in the City of Oshkosh, and actually come up with your own budget lines, which is pretty fun. You'll also demonstrate knowledge of current trends and issues in public sector budgeting by answering online discussion questions. All right, so here we go. Required text. Charles Menefield, who wrote this wonderful text. It's like living in a mirror there, but The Basics of Public Budgeting and Financial Management, the second edition. A handbook for academics and practitioners. So it's a fairly dense text, but it's pretty straightforward. And I think Dr. Menefield does a really nice job of laying out or kind of balancing the more value side of budgeting, because budgeting really is about translating a community or a state's priorities into numbers. It's the budget is that contract between the government and the governed, and what is in that contract is that bridge between the values of citizens and the actual professional management of a municipality or of an organization. And he does a good job of balancing those competing ideas. So I guess that flows into a point I want to make, that budgeting is not just about numbers. The numbers are important. We're going to deal with the numbers, but it's more about values. So anyways, that is the text. It should be available at the bookstore website. It's available on Amazon. Should be pretty easy to get. There in the syllabus, I have the link to Amazon if you'd like to do it that way. Course requirements and policies. In order to do well in this course, you'll need to keep up with the reading and all the assignments. You'll be graded on the following: on your message board question responses. That'll be 25%. And every Sunday, I will send around some instructions for next week. So keep an eye out for that. Your written assignments will be 35%, and then your final assignment will be 40%. I realize that's a lot, but we're really building towards that throughout this summer session. All right, next on the syllabus, we have some notes there. Late assignments won't be accepted without prior approval, so if you are struggling with something, let me know. We'll figure out a plan to move you forward. I want you all to pass, and I want you all to get A's, so I'm more than willing to work with you. Please act with integrity. Plagiarism really won't work. This class is pretty unique, and I designed it, so if you're plagiarizing, you're probably plagiarizing off, I don't know, a former student or something, and I'll figure that out, so don't plagiarize. I'm also on the message boards. Please no incivility. It's usually not an issue. I've never had that be an issue. But part of budgeting is talking about what community and society cares about, what our priorities are. So it is theoretically possible that people get fired up, and I encourage you to get fired up, but be nice to each other and respectful of each other. Students with disabilities will be given reasonable accommodations consistent with university policy. If you have a need there, just let me know through the proper channels. We have the URL on the syllabus for disclosures about essential consumer protection items required by the Students' Right to Know Act of 1990. That's on the syllabus because it's required for it to be on the syllabus, but if you want to take a look at that, go for it. This is an online class, so all of our contact hours will be satisfied virtually. And if I make any changes to the syllabus, I will let you know. All right, we got that out of the way. But now the fun stuff, the weekly topics and assignments. We start the week of June 17th, and we begin with the context of budgeting. So for that first week, you're going to read Chapter 1 of the text, and you're going to answer 2 of the message board questions and respond to at least one of your classmates. Now, I'll put that all in an email prior to June 17th, but that's a general idea of how I'm going to lay things out here. Week to week, you can take a look and see that it flows pretty logically and pretty self-explanatory. So what do I ask you to do now? Well, please read the syllabus for yourself. Don't just take me rambling on about it. But then also take a minute to introduce yourself. Under the Meet the Instructor portion of the Canvas interface, you'll see that there's a place called Introduce Yourself where you can write a little something about who you are, what you're studying, where you work, if you work, and what you hope to get out of this class. So anything you feel like sharing, please do it there. And there's also a Ask the Instructor message board there where you can ask any questions you might have of me. So I'm looking forward to a good semester. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I've taught this class, I think, 3 or 4 years in a row now, and it generally works pretty well. And I hope that you get something of practical value for your career out of this, and I'm confident that you will. And I say this unobjectively because I teach budgeting, so I am biased here, but I do think budgeting is the most exciting class in public administration. It's where the rubber hits the road. It is where the values of the governed, as messy as they can be, actually get turned into a concrete spending plan. It's actually kind of exciting, in my opinion. So with that, if you're watching this today, it's May 23rd, you got a lot of time left before the semester starts, but I'm looking forward to a fun and enjoyable summer. Thank you.